Hello, everyone, and welcome to the WCTV Executive Vodcast. This is post-Thanksgiving, so let's start off. Shon, how was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was awful. My family forgot me at home
Where'd they go?
to Thanksgiving dinner.
That's what I mean.
So you were home alone.
Like a
So I was
relatives?
alone. Yeah, and they left me at home.
Did they at least have a good time?
No, like
I mean, like, we're not gonna get anything.
So I was like
new
dressed
now.
ready to go for Thanksgiving. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning. I was chilling in my room doing work.
They left without you?
And they just left without me.
So they pulled a Kevin
They pulled
McAllister.
they pulled Kevin McAllister and their family, except I'm a lot better looking now.
Can't believe I just remembered his name
Macaulay Culkin.
in the movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, no, they left me at home, and then I was just like, where is everyone? I literally walked through my house. I was like, where is everyone? My brother wasn't home. My parents weren't home. I was like, well, they forgot me. So, yeah, it was pretty upsetting. I literally just like rolled up into my grandparents' house because I drove myself there. And my dad was like, oh, hey, how are you? And I was like, great, y'all forgot me at home. Glad to see how much you care. So, they left me at home, and I showed up, and I had to act like everything was okay. There was only one pumpkin pie. I was pretty sad about that.
Not a big pie guy.
I had so
Neither
much
am I.
pie.
Yeah,
I'm not
your
a big-
tweet,
I'm not
your
a big
tweet
pie
had me
guy.
dying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, which one? The
Uh,
the Mr. Peanut dab.
Oh, I loved that.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
No,
like-
the one. No, the one about the pie or whatever.
The one.
Oh yeah. I did one of those Kermit memes where it's the Kermit head and then it's like a dark Kermit. I think it was me. I'll just have one piece of pie this Thanksgiving, and enter me. You're having at least 4.
The the original tweet with that the Mr. Peanut.
Yeah.
The dab is it's like in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, the Mr. Peanut is going down New York City or whatever, doing the dab in 2016. I hate 2016. It's like, it's so true.
Brennen, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was pretty good. We had all the family over. My cousins never came because she just recently had a baby. She's
Pretty convenient.
a year old now, so that whole side of the family
she
is
was
kind
a
of doing
year
the whole
old when
thing.
she had her kid. That's amazing.
No, I mean, her kid's a year old, so like her whole life's been changing with the baby and everything. So it's really cool to see. But we kind of had our little own thing with Thanksgiving this year. My aunt came over, and we all just had a good time. Pep and I watched a lot of football. Just enjoyed ourselves.
Sports. Yeah, we had sports playing on my TV. My grandparents had a 70-inch TV in the same room that we were all eating. So I think it was the Colts game we were watching.
Mm-hmm.
No, whatever game was in the afternoon.
The Cowboys were at
Cowboys.
4:30. Yeah.
No, what was the 1 o'clock game?
It was 12:30.
12:30.
And I don't know. I forget.
That's the game we watched.
Either way.
I know sports.
Matthew?
It was good. It was just my immediate household. We had my grandfather over. It's one of the smaller tables for Thanksgiving in recent years for me, but
Sorry to hear that.
I enjoyed it. No, it wasn't a bad thing.
Was your little dog there?
Yeah, my little chihuahua was there. He was begging for scraps on the floor.
I met his little chihuahua
As
thing.
usual.
It barks a lot.
Yeah, it does. I was gonna say not too much, but it barks a significant amount. He's pretty old. He's getting up there, yeah. I mean, we don't know how old he is exactly though, because we rescued him because he was like we found him on the streets basically. My dad's a mailman.
I was on the streets once, born and raised.
My dad's a mailman, and he was he like obviously walks his route every day. Was delivering mail to this one house that consistently no one picked up their mail. He came to find out that the people left the house and just moved out,
Pretty convenient.
and there was a dog in the backyard, and it was him, and he had like a blue collar on his neck, and he had been there so long that it was starting to cut off his breathing, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's like he had like nothing but dead skin around his neck. So like my dad finally was able to get him one day. So we have no idea how exactly old he is, but I think he's been with us for like 9 or 10 years now.
Wow.
So he's pretty up there.
Did you just grab him and go?
I mean, well, no, my
Got
mom,
a chain with them.
Yeah.
Chain
My
cards,
mom had
cut
to,
chains.
Alright, you're mine.
my mom had to lure him over with I think it was a cheeseburger from McDonald's, but
Hey, come on.
it worked.
McDonald's bringing families together since circa something.
Their sign says, what is it, over 1 billion served? What do you think the actual number is?
It has to be more than
When
that.
do you think they actually put that number up? Because there's no way they actually knew how many they served.
Yeah. I mean, you can base it on how
They
many.
can definitely do rough sales estimates and
Yeah.
just be like,
I mean,
yeah,
if you think how many times does one person go to McDonald's?
they serve more than 1 billion a year.
I maybe go once every 2 months, and it'll only be for breakfast. I only like the breakfast.
See, I went last
Damn,
month,
pussy.
or actually this past, no, it was like 2 weeks ago, and I ordered a medium fry, and you know what they forgot? My medium fry. I'm looking at you, Washington McDonald's.
Wait, so you
Y'all
ordered
forgot my fry.
you ordered a Washington
just
or
chill
you
out.
ordered a medium fries, and that's it?
No, so I got like a meal thing. So it
Alright,
was
I
a
was
2
gonna-
for $5 meal. So I had a Big Mac, I had like a 10-piece nugget. It came with fries and the drink. But y'all forgot my
Yeah.
fries, Washington McDonald's.
The way you worded it, I thought you went there, ordered a medium fry,
Yeah,
left
just
without the
fries.
medium fry. Yeah.
They gave me a bag of nothing.
Well, did you
This-
eventually get it?
You don't need to worry about it. This is what's going to happen. They're going to raise the minimum wage to $15, and McDonald's is going to go from having employees to having machines that assemble your food, and it comes to you via conveyor belt, and you're going to order everything on a kiosk, and it's going to be entirely automated.
I'm
I
gonna
wish
take
I had one
everyone's
of those
food.
for my house.
That
When
is
I'm ever
harder.
super rich, I would get a machine that just had built-in food, and I'd
It
somebody
just
like
it
resupply
makes
it.
Big Macs.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't
bench
think I've ever
warmers
had a
or
Big
some
Mac.
robot.
Oh yeah.
You never had a Big Mac?
Number 7.
They're good. I like Big Macs.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I said
number
this
7.
like a month ago, and somebody got me a Big Mac. I don't remember if I had one. I've eaten a lot of Baconators. Never had a Whopper.
That's one of
I
these.
love
it's
bacon.
good.
A Whopper's not really the same. A Whopper's just like a cheeseburger.
Oh, really?
It's not like a specialty thing.
I've always like thought that was like the big thing for big.
It's a big thing. For
It is,
everything.
but it's just their cheeseburger.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not like it's anything special.
McDonald's has like they have the Big Mac, and they have the Big Mac Junior, and like the Daddy Big Mac or something like that now. So like instead of regular Big Mac,
bigger
it's got
Mac.
like the quarter pounder burgers on it.
Well, they've gone through like 3 phases now. They went from just being like quick fast food to being McCafe, and then they were like, yeah, no one's trying to eat healthy here, and now I don't know, they're in like a
Oh, yeah.
in between phase
had
where
to-
I think they're
Yeah,
just
you
going
saw
back
that with
to
a lot of different restaurants where, I mean, they just changed the structure of their buildings to where it's nice and pristine and everything, but you're still getting these
Sick.
greasy
well,
fast
no,
food.
because for a while McDonald's had like healthier options, and they just found that
looking
People
as
will
if they
never
were
do
healthy
that.
options.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they had like salad.
I remember people did an investigative piece on it, and their salads had more sugar than.
Yeah, they were more
burgers or
unhealthy than the
fries.
actual burgers.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, how was your Thanksgiving before we keep
No one
talking
ever
about
asks
this?
Dave the questions. He always asks us.
It's like the questionnaire.
I played a lot of video games.
Yeah, that's the answer I would
I
expect.
could have told you that, yeah.
I got Titanfall 2 Wednesday night, but my internet was so bad that it took about 12 hours to
I'm so
install.
sorry.
So I couldn't play until Thanksgiving Day. So I sat up in my room and I played Titanfall 2 like all day long. I went down, ate dinner with my family.
On Thanksgiving.
Yes.
You emerge from your cave and then you
Dave just
ate
came
dinner.
out.
Look,
He's opened the
with
door
the
and the bright light shone on him.
Look, I was down there at least like once an hour. No one talked to me. We weren't doing anything. They were all just complaining about stuff. I went back to my room and played video games. That was it. My nephew came up and hung out with me for a while.
What about your cat?
Oh, my kitty's the best.
You're very small.
Actually, so
love cats.
he's my 6th cat. We had
Say that word again.
6th cat. 6th.
6th. All right.
So, our older cats, the first 2 we had, they were all like table fed. Like, you know, when we're eating dinner, they get some of whatever we're eating. And then the middle 2 kind of were in between. We ended up having to give them up when we moved because they couldn't cope with being in a new house. But then my
What'd you
most
give them
recent
up
2
to?
cats, a rescue.
Oh,
Yeah.
looks kind of like a new house.
Yeah, but look,
Yeah, we're good.
they can get associated with a new house better than just using the entire house as their bathroom.
Ah, yeah, good.
Yeah, so and then, but like our most recent 2 cats, we never really fed them off the table, like gave them anything, and so like the cat that I had the oldest one that I had, he would put his front paws on my leg and like stand next to me through entire meals and just wait for food. And like my newest cat, who I'm definitely like the cuddliest with that I've ever been, as you can see if you follow me on Snapchat or Instagram, totally like he eats dinner with us because his bowl is like 6 feet from the dinner table, and when we start eating, he always goes over and starts eating out of his bowl. But he's never been like table fed. And for Thanksgiving, I gave him turkey, and he had one bite and was on top of me for the entire meal. Like, can I have more?
So there's usually a crazy cat lady. You're gonna be a crazy cat man when you're older.
Probably.
Dave just lives
No,
in this cave.
I'm
of video
severely
games
allergic.
and cats.
So.
And how does that work? How have you had 6 cats if you're extremely allergic?
So we had the first cat before I was actually born. He was a year older than me.
I'm also allergic to cats.
Yeah. And then
Whoops.
when I was 3, we got another cat, and then he ran away a couple years later, and I was like depressed because he was like mine. And we got another cat. Well, then that cat came home after like 6 weeks. I was a little kid.
Yeah.
You know? And then my sister felt left out,
3 years
and
ago.
we got her a cat. So we had 4 cats at one time.
Oh, wow.
And at this time, I was fine. Like, I grew up with them. I was fine. Wasn't allergic or anything. We moved. We ended up having to get rid of the 2 of them because they couldn't adjust. And all of a sudden, I couldn't breathe anymore. Like, severe asthma. Kind of like couldn't
Wow.
breathe. Went
I
to the
can't
doctors, got an allergy test. They were like, yeah, you're severely allergic to cats. Like, funny, over the past 14 years, I never noticed that. It's just all of a sudden I was just
Things
allergic.
happen.
I'm also allergic to cats.
But now we keep getting a cat because we like don't know how to live without one.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I ranted about
Worked,
going to the bank the other day on Twitter.
what about that?
They wouldn't let me transfer money from my savings account to my checkings account.
Who do you have?
West Banco.
Okay, I don't.
You're listening, West Banco. Y'all done goofed. Just
Well,
like McDonald's in
don't-
Washington.
Don't they have a mobile app?
Yeah.
Sean definitely
Can you just
uses
do it
this
through that?
podcast
No,
to like
because I don't have online
go
banking
at
yet.
people.
I do today.
Think about how
It's-
many
Waynesburg
businesses-
mailroom, I'm coming after you next
I was
month.
waiting
letting
for
you
that
get
one.
my mail.
Think about how many.
I need my mail tomorrow.
Think about how many like
Make sure you have your
businesses
key.
he's called out on this.
the laundromat.
I was thinking that
We
one.
had a whole
Yeah,
featured
laundromat.
story about
Like we don't need to go through
Sean's
the
laundromat.
list.
Waynesburg
I believe
laundromat.
that was number 3 because that was the
Episode
same one we talked about role models, right?
three. Yeah,
Probably.
that was a good
Yeah.
episode.
It was.
I haven't forgotten.
That's my
the
favorite
Waynesburg
episode so
laundromat.
far.
We did everybody there.
We did have everyone there, but it was just in general my favorite episode.
Was that the one we had Arnold Palmer's at? Because
Yes.
Arnold Palmer
Yeah.
died. Same
So we're
time
calling
Jose
the good
Fernandez
episode
died.
the one where Arnold Palmer died.
I think that our talks about role models.
I showed up late to that one too.
Isn't that when Jose Fernandez?
Yeah,
Yes.
I
Yeah.
had beef with Kyle at that time too.
Oh
True,
yeah,
I think
because
we were very
it
passive
started
aggressive the
off
entire
with
episode.
Sean talking about how he's sleeping on the streets.
I worked at Joanne Fabrics over Thanksgiving
I
break.
saw. Went to go work with your mom.
Yeah.
You had a great time.
Yeah, I was the only male working there at a fabric and craft store. My mother is the manager at store 1050, maybe, I don't know what store number is. But she needed seasonal help, and I was like, I got nothing to do. So I woke up at 5 a.m. and went to Joanne's. And I worked as the only male in the store.
Was it decent pay?
Minimum wage.
What all did you do?
I emptied boxes. I
Do you
stocked
see how
stuff.
upset he looks about this right now?
That's why I keep
His
asking
head,
questions.
his head down.
It's just like my brother got to sleep in every morning because he had too much work to do over break, so he couldn't work. And meanwhile, I'm slaving away, working 8-hour shifts at the fabric store.
So Matt, the story wasn't going anywhere. I'm sorry. So Matt, we played a lot of Battlefield on that extra life stream, like a lot of it.
Almost the entire time.
I know Brennan's a big fan of it.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
played
have
here
it
and
now.
there.
I have it now. Can't play it. Can't do it.
Why?
Well, I got Titanfall 2,
Um,
and
I'm out.
the speed of the 2 games is just.
Completely different.
I tried to play Battlefield. I was just like, this is so slow. I can't do anything.
Yeah, what I noticed about Battlefield 2 is I find it very difficult to spot enemies because they're so far away. The maps are so big. There's big shadows everywhere. You know, sometimes it's difficult to tell between a person and the corner of a building, and you have to have really good reaction times with that game. Whereas something like Titanfall or Call of Duty, where it's very fast paced, it's easy to spot an enemy.
Yeah. Titanfall is very good though.
I am
The game is
still,
also very
It
good.
deserves to be up for Game of the Year. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, Pokemon Sun and Moon.
I'm slowly turning to more games like Battlefield in terms of pacing, like Battlefield 1, Rainbow Six Siege. Like it's just like it's not that game's not necessarily slow, but you can take it slow if you want to. And like I like the games where it's more strategic and tactical to be like well thought out and move slowly, I guess. And it's like games like the last 17 Call of Duty games have been way too fast for me. And like Titanfall 2, like I can play them, but it's just I don't like them being that fast.
See, I wouldn't say that Titanfall is that fast. I mean, it's a lot
I've never
faster
played it,
because the general like speed that your character moves, because you have the jump kit that like lets you run on walls and everything, is a little bit faster, and the guns are more advanced and everything. So it is a little faster paced. What makes it so much faster is that in the biggest game mode, attrition, they have like other AI on each side. So there's like grunts and stuff, and like you fight them as well, and you get points for defeating them. And so it's just there's always something going on. Even on like the biggest map, you're constantly fighting and just getting through waves of enemies, and whether it's another player or the AI, you're just always doing something and you're always active. And like I'm like the only sniper in the game. I play snipers, and I find the highest point in the map and I grapple my way up to it, and then I sit up there, and for half the game it'll be like, I see everyone, I can do whatever I want, and then the other half will be like, alright, they're in the other corner. Do I move, or do I sit here and wait? They'll be back eventually. How much time do I want to waste sitting here waiting? But the Titan battles are really good too.
Do you talk to yourself like that the whole time you're playing?
Yes, I do. I talk to myself a lot. I find that I am a very engaging person to converse
See,
with.
that's a good attribute of a crazy cat guy talking to himself.
One day the cats would just go
Eventually,
fly
you'll
out.
start talking to inanimate objects. Like you'll be talking to a wall one day.
So here's why Titanfall is better than Call of Duty. Because Call of Duty is terrible right now. I'm just ignoring him.
You can't do that, I'm hungry. I'm acting as a cat, alright?
I think Call of Duty still has 3 games, like, promised for the future for the next 3
Oh,
years.
probably.
Yeah.
Regardless of the fact that their sales are really down this year.
So I think, their sales are down like 48%, which seems like a lot,
Which
but
is-
they're
it's-
still making money.
It's before Christmas, though. So as long as we see what their sales are like after...
Well, no, their launch week sales are down 48%. That's
yeah.
not lifetime.
I mean,
that's
that's
just
still-
comparing
Yeah,
launch
no.
week to launch week.
Well, yeah, easily. But I feel like a lot of 11-year-olds get Call of Duty for Christmas every year, so I just want to see
Their numbers
what
will still be
happens.
down though.
I just want to, I mean, they're not going to go up 50% from launch, and a hunt stay dead even from Christmas last year. So I just want to see what happens with their sales after that.
So they're in space right now. Like that's the main theme of this Call of Duty game, right?
Yeah.
Where are they gonna go after this?
They can only go back.
No one's even playing it.
They're gonna go
I got a buddy who has it.
Mars.
They can only go backwards.
I got a buddy who has it, and I was playing with. He and I were playing Xbox at the same time. I don't have the game, but we were talking the whole time because we were playing different games. We were in a party, and he was telling me like people don't even play the new game. Like the only people that play the new game are like the people that aren't very good at Call of Duty. That just they're probably younger. They didn't play like Modern Warfare 4, and they just they're not as interested in the remastered version because they didn't know what it was like, and that's all. That's everybody that's playing Infinite Warfare. Everybody that consistently plays Call of Duty is playing Modern Warfare Remastered. Nobody's even playing Infinite Warfare.
When I first heard about it, I was contemplating buying Modern Warfare Remastered, but I didn't know you had to buy the other one. And I think it's like $80, isn't it, for the
80
combined?
for
Like
both.
that
Yes.
bundle.
There's just no way I would do that.
Modern Warfare Remastered does not work unless you have Infinite Warfare installed on your Xbox.
Really?
There's just no way I would do that. That kills all
That's
momentum
Activision,
for me to
right?
buy it.
Makes
Yeah.
those games.
Well, they publish it. They have different game studios. They make the game.
What they should do, they should have a Civil War Call of Duty. I would really like that.
You can't have your fancy guns though, or your.
They're.
Yeah.
I don't want to go.
I would still like it.
There's just
that's
not-
why I love Battlefield 1 because I like all those old time weaponry and big armor and tanks and.
This is
planes
why
and
they
things
will
like that.
never go to Civil War.
Racism.
No, because their key selling point right now, how they make so much money, is microtransactions. Because you can buy the little loot crates that give you customized camos,
Yeah.
and special guns, and all this new
That's
stuff.
still
and-
pretty sweet though.
Okay, but that's how they make money. Little microtransactions off of all that stuff, because tons of people are buying tons of those crates, and they're making money off every one you buy. It's nothing extra that they have to do for that. You pay for stuff that you could get by just playing the game anyways. And if they go to Civil War, they're not gonna do gun camo. Like,
Do you think they'd
you
have
can do
like
gun
a-
camos, yeah, but
They could have a Captain America skin
There's-
and an Iron Man skin.
there's only gonna be like 4 weapons. Like
Yeah.
believe it or not, there weren't that many. There's a musket.
I mean,
want a
Battlefield
musket?
1's doing it right
They
now.
can have a
I-
beaver's tail.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I,
it's like, what, 60 years
But
before?
World War One was a playground.
No,
for-
I understand.
for
It's,
warfare.
it's 60 years before. Like,
Yeah.
people complained about Battlefield 1, how, like, it should be fought in trenches. And you said something about that before.
Yeah, my
No,
buddy
it's like-
wants it to be like
It's
that.
not.
It
It's
was-
not completely true and realistic of the warfare. Well, I mean, obviously they're going to glorify it and make it a little bit more
Well,
multiplayer.
that'd be
fun.
boring.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
just sit in a trench across a field, like where hundreds of yards away is your enemy in another trench, and you sit there for weeks on end and do nothing, and then one day you just battle, and then, or one day mustard gas just drops in. Like, that's World War One. But between all that was the playground of all these weapons developers making new kinds of tanks and new kinds of guns and testing new things. And like, you go back and play how many World War II games, they all have this set of weapons that
Mhm.
everybody can probably name off the top of their head, like what bolt action the Germans used, what submachine gun the Americans used. Like, it was just, they all used the same one. Well, in World War One, there were 5 of those in each category from each country, because they were all testing like which ones were the most effective. There's a lot there.
War,
You
yeah.
go back to Civil War, there were 2 kinds of rifles. There was a musket, and there was a rifle that loaded like a revolver does.
We're getting a history.
History buff Dave over
Yeah.
here.
I played a National Geographic Civil War game once. It's not. Believe me, you don't want one of those. They made it one time. I got my fix. I never want to play it again.
Mm-hmm.
There's not enough content for a major game like that.
Is it Christmas break yet?
With the Spanish.
Yeah, we're winding down. There's only going to be this vodcast, and then maybe only one more next week.
And the week after that's finals week.
Yeah. I was thinking about shooting one on our study day on Monday, but if we're doing the comp football game, that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, I guess if you think about it, what were we spending the entire morning prepping, getting our heads together for that football game,
Getting the game
battling
ready.
it out for what 2-3 hours, then recovering because we're going to be very sore.
Yeah, he'll
By
be like,
prepping, he means I will be asleep until 15 minutes before game.
hey, come on. Hey, you gotta get some stretches in. Just walk down the Wiley.
Nah, I don't need to stretch. I just get. I'm fine.
I'm stretching.
I'll be okay.
Cause I'll see you on the playground.
Might get war paint this time.
Yo, my
I got eye
outfit's-
black.
Sweet.
For the longest time, I
Yo,
never knew
Come on,
that was
shirts will be in
actually
before
to
Ooh.
kill
okay.
the glare from the sun.
Mhm.
Never knew that. I thought it was just like
You come on, see me.
something people use to make it
Because
look
it was
ferocious.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually did not know.
You guys got anything else you want to talk about?
I'm good. I mean,
I think
did
we're
anybody
good.
watch the parade? Because I
No.
didn't.
No, I
No.
don't like parades.
Does anybody
Or
watch
the
that?
parade.
Titanfall 2 was installed on my Xbox. There was no parade happening.
My parents were leaving me.
That was
behind.
your parade.
That was my parade. Great game. Deserves to be up for the end of the year.
Well, thank you, and thank you, and thank you, and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be here. Happy to be a special guest on this show. Am I the only one? Or no, you've been on all of them. So we're the only ones that have been on all of them so far.
Yeah,
I think I missed one.
you missed.
You did.
Two.
Technically you missed 2 because you missed the last one we shot, but we shot 2 of them at once.
That's.
You missed 3 then.
Sean's missed a few. Kyle's missed a bunch.
I'm a busy guy. I'm sorry.
I mean, we got a lot going on.
I showed up
Yeah.
on time
Yeah.
today though.
But I had valid excuses. It's not like.
I mean,
I
you
don't
guys
feel
always have valid excuses. There was only one time where everybody, like, there wasn't really a valid excuse, and there was a huge argument, and I don't think we shot one that
It
week.
involved the Steeler game.
May have been because the Steelers were playing on Monday night. And, yeah. Although we did end up shooting that one.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
Because
I came to
the
that
reason
one.
I was so
It was
upset
really
was
great.
because we shot the pilot episode, and then the next week we didn't do one because it was Labor Day.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then and this is at the time this was like we're doing this weekly, and we do, but at the time it was like we just did the first one. We can't say it's weekly and then not do it
Yeah.
for 2 weeks. And everybody was like, "But I want to watch the Steeler game." And then there was an argument over the when we shoot this because we record on Monday nights. And I said, and like, someone was like, "Well, you're only doing it because that's when it's convenient for you." I was like, "No, I'm pretty sure we had a discussion where like this was the most convenient day for everyone, and that's why we shoot it on Monday nights." We did. It was in the group chat. Scroll
Anyway,
back.
Scroll.
All right. Thank you for joining us for the WCTV Executive Vodcast. We'll see you next week, and then we might not see you for a while.
Happy holidays.
Enjoy your Christmas, everybody.
Happy non-denominational winter
Stay
Leave
solstice.
those
cool.
cookies out for Santa Claus.
Santa is real.
It's not even December yet.